So a common mistake I hear people make is they tell me that their horse is sore in the hip, when actually they probably mean the pelvis, and I'm going to explain the difference between the two. So on Mr Skelly, this whole structure here is the pelvis, and this structure here is the hip. The hip is made up of a joint of the acetabulum of the pelvis and the head of the femur. And the hip sits very deep within the horse. So you can see here from this angle, you'd have a lot of muscle sitting here, and the hip is all the way down in here. So we cannot directly palpate this area, but we can feel these two bony landmarks as part of the femur. Often when people are talking about their horse being sore in the hip, they mean this spot here. And that's because in layman terms, we've called this the point of hip, but we really should be calling this the point of the pelvis, because this is the pelvis and this is the hip. They're two different structures. So horses often get sore around this area because we have a lot of muscles coming from different directions attaching to this point. The other important points of the pelvis to note that you can feel quite easily is the top of the pelvis, or the tuba sacrale. And you can see here there's two bumps, which generally can feel quite easily on horses, and there should be a bit of a gap in the middle. Then we can also feel the back of the pelvis, or the tuba ischii, or the point of buttock. These can be a little bit harder to feel if you have quite a meaty bum, but it's generally where the bum sticks out the most, and then you can go directly in and you'll feel it's a little bit firmer and you're on your tuba ischii. So hopefully that clears up the difference between the two structures, so that next time you're talking to your equine professional and you're worried that your horse is sore around the hip, now you'll know if you actually mean around the pelvis or around the hip joint, and you can communicate that more clearly with your equine professional. So hopefully that helps. Let me know what you'd like Mr Skelly to teach you next.